Good morning, the street professor. I'm going to keep this one real short. I am back at my home in Maple Ridge after the long journey to the capital, the capital of FPTP, where it was very difficult to spread my message. It's not here, and it wasn't. I didn't do it much on the ferry, but I did start talking to young people, the very young, about the need to take charge of the future, and they really responded to the message. That the people who are holding a vote on your future didn't want you to participate. All right? That's the simple truth of it. So you weren't invited to vote. You should have been thought of. And you're a new voter, whether you're an 18-year-old or you're a new citizen. A little bit different situation with the new residents. But somebody's going, well, there were signs up on campus. Yeah, but there's no voting places on campus. And a lot of new people and young people, the 18 to 30s, only 72% of whom voted, are also young families or working guys, who don't get told about things that affect their future, which this does very much. Right? And street guys are the consequences of the old system and the casualties of it. Help them vote. I tell everyone. And Sikh after Sikh after Sikh listen to me, and a Romanian lady, and somebody from Mexico several times. I've spoken Spanish several times. Scugantino, somebody from Argentina, and he's going to tell his Canadian friends. And the most interesting part of this was, around Victoria, most of the Asians you see tend to be foreign students. Not always. But you can kind of pick them out. There's a certain way they are. Anyway, I got talking to them because they're pretty good with English. Hi, Oliver. I think you're probably watching me. And they don't have them there. But I told them what was going on. They said, promise to tell all the Canadian guys that didn't get sent, girls, and didn't get sent ballots. Because get this, you weren't wanted to vote, you young people. It's that simple. If the folks who are holding this vote on the future of your freedom, of what's supposed to be your free democracy, had wanted to include you, they had easy ways to find you. Same with the new citizens. Same with everybody on the social rolls. So they have this thing in the United States called voters lists. I don't remember that when I was young. I just remember they had to know that you were a Canadian citizen. That was all that was required. Nothing more. Nothing more that you had to have voted before for you to be given a priority to vote in what amounts to a private referendum amongst those. So anyway, this 32% participation, give some thought to that. That's 32% participation of the people mostly who they mailed the votes for. So that other 39.5% of the population they claim doesn't want to vote is the 18s and ups, the new citizens, the street people, and the other working poor or just the working hard families who are not yet engaged in politics. So this country needs a better way to engage people in politics. And I don't know if I'm going to get a constitutional resolution about this. So I'm telling everybody, mob the December 7th. And I hear CFAX is reporting that, people still want it extended because of the postal strike. Yeah, of course. But I say that the voters list should be opened and people should have been mailed ballots. And so there need to be more polling places. Right now, students are on campus. They don't really have time to vote, or it's not time to, supposedly not time to get this together. I don't believe that. I know that the temples and the mosques would be willing to be polling places for their people. Certainly they would. They're new people. They're right to be citizens here. And why aren't there polling places put at like the Sally Ann or the Carnegie or the soup kitchens, wherever they are in this province, outside the food bank? Hey, there's a vote going on. So the PR people listen to me. Like my pro-PR group here, we seem to have some dissemblers. I won't name names, but I know who you are. Whether you're paid or not, I don't know, but you're not so much defenders of the old system as you're obfuscators of the current debate. And, PR groups are preaching to the converted. People don't listen to your boring numbers arguments. The simple logic of it is the young people were not mailed ballots. The new people mostly weren't mailed ballots. They weren't wanted to participate in this democracy, this change in democracy that affects everybody's children. Who by? One of the FBT parties that rigged, I say, did it this way. And I say, not indeliberately, to limit the vote, and also to limit to only 5 weeks, and then begrudgingly extend it by 1 month or 1 week. No, the whole of December. We have a merry democratic Christmas, and we invite the new communities and the youth to have a chance to vote and help. This is Christmas. Those poor people pushing the buggies, right, and living in the shelters and eating in the soup kitchens. I've had people go to the women's shelter, the young men's shelter, and other people. My great friend John Verrigan, leader of the Doukhobors, has contributed to this effort. And as far as I know, his people are mobilizing to help the poor and tell the minority communities and get all their voting age people to vote for the change, because they are among the groups that were hurt very hard by the FPTP system, very hard. Right, so go look at the history of the Juka boys. They're wonderful people to have as part of our rainbow community, right? Or I wish them well. But I'm going to keep this short so I can post it. I'm going to have a bath and relax, but I wanted to make those notes about how odd it was in the capital, and I realized why. And it's also uptight, and we don't want to change. Nobody wants change, but the reality is change is coming whether you want it or not. So all the young kids are cluing in, including the kid in the building here in my elevator. I taught this, you voting age, you stop and listen to me, and I told him, so think about this. They didn't send you a ballot when they could have. They didn't even tell you. Oh, well, there were signs in the paper. Yeah, but in what was it, 18, 19-year-old kid read a paper? Or somebody, raising kids in Punjabi or Chinese, or going to shopping, socializing. Not everybody, this isn't, okay, there is no official language. English is an official language of Canada, but British Columbia is a very diverse place. And there's lots of new people that, it's a very complicated ballot. My Taiwanese grocer says it's jumbled, right? Wasn't there an explanation? So there were never materials provided to translate the ballot, explain for the newcomers and what and I'm explaining what the background is of what FPTP has robbed from you and will rob again if you let them keep it. And right now they tried to shut the young people out from the vote. You hear what I'm saying? An FPTP government tried to minimize this referendum after not giving us the option of STV, which a lot of us voted for, that a lot of us wanted it on the ballot. I wanted it on the ballot. I voted RUP. And we get the new PR house. We reconstitute PR. It doesn't have to stay the same system that we vote for. That's an important point. But I'll tell you about the dissemblers in the PR groups. I recognize what they are. And you guys are listening to me. I was in the original Green Party and the conference and the original nomination meetings. I was also in the formative meetings of the Vancouver Centre National Party, and I saw the dissemblers. I saw the chaos makers. I saw the people throwing chaff on the idea, and like the people throwing wet blankets on me. It's an old tactic. All right? So I recognize in the groups, in the PR groups, they've been mined, they've been molded. And you hear me, my friends in the PR groups, give up that. It's a waste of time. Go talk to the young. Go meet the new communities. Go to the shelters and the soup kitchens and approach guys pushing carts and digging through the can. They're all people and they're all citizens, and every single one of them can benefit from that new system. This is the summary. All the people who would stand most benefit to vote from this, other than the natives, and all of us, are the young. The new people and their kids who want, and they come from countries like Romania and places that didn't have democracy. India, they understand. Mexico, they all understand this. They're all alarmed now that they know. They're going, oh yeah, okay, I'll tell everyone. It's people from South India too, right? And people from wherever I met them. Okay, I get it, right? So the young people are hearing it. Some of the street people get it too. So I hope that I've lit a fire. I'm an old man. I've taken a great burden on. I still want to find a constitutional lawyer to do this. So I'm going to keep this short so I can end it, have my bath, and try not to do more of this. I do too much, right to the door of my house. But I just want to play music, so leave me alone, right? So history is pain, and your history is pain, and you're doomed to have your history repeated if you don't learn it. So learn it from me, or start reading books about what happened here since the 91, 83, 91 election, all the different elections, and all the BS that went on. Doesn't matter if you only just got here. You got to know this stuff to know who these bandits are. Okay, and yeah, I'm an angry old man, but I'm keeping my voice down this time. And CBC, I don't care about you hanging up on me. David Beers at the Tyee, I don't care about you hanging up on me, right? You people are coming from the wrong planet, okay? You're part of the problem, right? The young people realize they don't read your shit. They don't watch CBC. They do listen to vlogs. And they do want to know, and they don't like it that they now find out that there's something going on that affects their future that they weren't even told about. So I hope I've told enough young guys and young girls to mobilize, and Sikhs and Muslims and everybody, everybody I've talked to. I wish I could do more, but I'm taking on too much, and I need to get my scooter, and take care of myself. And I just want you, please, to all have a more democratic Christmas, and if you can. But lawyers call me to do a constitutional thing and just launch it. It's pretty obvious. This is voter exclusion. There's nothing in the Constitution that says anything about a voters list. I'm done. Good night. Skookum 1, the street professor signing off, finally about to have his bath. At home, at last. Good night.